practice at abstraction?
I don't know. Don't you have to ring a bell or something to get...
I thought you might be waiting. Why don't you step into my office? Well, first of all, I just wanted to say that Jesse did an amazing job on my tests.
Really? See?
2 full days of testing is quite a lot for any little boy, but he really stuck with it like a champ. We took a lot of breaks, of course. We went downstairs and played in the fountain, took a ride around the parking lot, played games, went up and down the stairs several times. He certainly has a lot of energy.
Well, he is a boy.
He sure is. So, first let me tell you about his strengths.
Good.
Verbal skills are in the superior range. Fine and gross motor skills are superior as well. That boy can run. Visual perception and visual motor integration are in the high average range.
Great.
Sorry, I won't take it.
His ability to remember what he's read is in the average range.
Average is such a sad word nowadays.
As are his learning and memory for spatial information and visual detail.
Everything has got to be excellent.
But I suspect that maybe more attentional
Excellent is the new good.
In fact, I think most of his difficulties have an intentional component.
Sorry, so he has no learning disabilities?
Oh, no.
See?
His problems are more with focusing long
Oh,
enough
what
to
about an
retain.
anxiety disorder?
He can be very anxious, but that would be my primary diagnosis.
And what would that be?
Well, as I've said, his difficulties are intentional. So I'd say attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
I see.
Studies indicate that the best course of treatment is a mix of behavior modification and medication.
Thank you.
My husband is late for an appointment.
Well, we all know that that's a big lie.
She didn't say that, of course.
I've jotted down the names of a few very fine child psychiatrists. It was a pleasure working with your family. Call me anytime.
Thank you.
Listen, I have to get back to work. Can we talk about all this later?
All right. Well, at least we've got a diagnosis. Then again, as Jesse would say, well, duh. I mean, I knew something was up before he was even born, for Christ's sakes. He was doing karate in my belly, and then when he popped out, he just had this look in his eye like, let's get this party started, Mama. He never took a nap. Never slept through the night in his life. He is the most interesting person I have ever met. He makes up knock-knock jokes. He invents hors d'oeuvres. He collects anything that lights up, anything that explodes. He raps.
But he cannot stay on task. You know, Thomas Edison Elementary has the best test scores in the city.
But Thomas Edison never would have made it through Thomas Edison. Because Thomas Edison had ADD. You know some amazing people have had ADD? Mozart had it. Einstein had it. Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn.
Mrs. Cara, a child with ADD is going to have a hard time in any educational setting. How is he going to get through the next 10 years?
I don't know, Mrs. Holly.
Well, the sign of intelligence is not having the answers, but rather knowing where to go to find them.
Scene 8.
That night is our date night, and Sherry's daughter, Natalie, comes to babysit.
Sorry I'm late. I was studying for my calculus test, and it was really interesting, and I was really into it, and I guess I just got lost in the whole track of time thing. You can stay out later if you want. Don't worry about me. Stay up till 11, 12, 1, 2, whatever.
Scene 8.
So you have ourselves no rap, and try to get him into bed by 9:30. No.
Scene 8, woman.
No problem. We always find good stuff to do. Have a good time. Hey, Jesse!
Scene 8.
I let my husband choose the violent action-adventure movie.
Godzilla!
After, we go out to eat and to talk.
Oh, hell.
visit.
Hey guys, so good to see you.
Nice to see you,
Good
Doc.
to see you, my friend.
Would you like a glass of wine?
Oh, no thank you. I don't do well with the sulfites.
Too bad.
So, tell me, Daniel, is it just me, or is there just a hell of a lot of ADD going around?
Please, about half my practice.
Well, so why is there so much more ADD nowadays?
Oh, Jesus, where to begin? Do you have a yard?
Of course.
Do you use any pesticides?
If we want stuff like flowers and grass, yeah.
Did you know that monkeys develop ADD-like symptoms when they're around pesticides? Rats become aggressive and impulsive.
I'm curious, how do they measure impulsiveness in rats?
They bite more.
And how do you know that's impulsive and not thought out? Maybe they're pissed off about being tested all the time. Like, rats.
Go on, Daniel. I had no idea.
Well, DDT and dioxin also cause hyperactivity in mice.
But aren't all mice hyper? Isn't that sort of their thing? They scurry. I mean, if a mouse were laid back, wouldn't that be considered a problem?
Yeah, right on.
I hope this is your order. Do you want 2 more beers?
Bring a bottle.
So, if we just stay out of the yard.
Oh, I'm afraid there's a shit ton of hazardous chemicals inside your house, too. From your carpet, your mattress, the particle board in your bookcase, formaldehyde, benzene, toluene. All these can affect learning and memory and mood.
So, maybe we have to build a new house. Anything else?
Well, food, of course.
Of course.
Our food is processed with thousands of additives, not to mention the dyes that are in everything from Jell-O to children's Tylenol. Look, I'm telling you, man, food colorings can make a kid want to buy a trench coat and shoot up his freshman class.
So, fruit's out. What else?
Well, even the car can be a problem. There's often mold in the upholstery and PCBs emitted by the air conditioner.
Guess I won't be driving the kid to school.
And